How's it going, everyone? My name is Falling Hurts, and 2023 is shaping up to be one of the best years in gaming in seemingly a long time, if not one of the best ever. For me personally, someone who likes the smaller games just as much as I like the bigger ones, and one who especially leans towards horror, the announcement that Amnesia: The Bunker is the next game from Frictional Games got me super excited. If you haven't seen Amnesia: The Bunker, which is the subtitle, I don't know why it says it just like that, but it is a first-person horror game set in a desolate World War I bunker, and you'll need to face the oppressing terrors stalking the dark corridors. You'll search for and use the tools and weapons at your disposal while keeping the lights on at all costs. Overcome fear, persevere, and make your way out alive. And as I previously mentioned, this is the next game from Frictional Games, the creators of Soma, the Amnesia series, as well as the Penumbra series. I love those games so much and they're so great. I would really love to see a remake of the first or even the first two games. And they are, of course, also self-publishing this game as well, so that's super exciting, and you should be looking forward to this coming out March of 2023. So those first couple months of 2023 are going to be pretty jam-packed. To provide a little extra background to Frictional Games and my experience with them, I have played the Penumbra series as well as Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I haven't played A Machine for Pigs, but that was so much not under their control entirely. But their third IP, Soma, is the one that I hold in the highest regard. And while I have only played 5 out of their 7 releases, one thing I can say about Frictional Games is that they always have really great atmosphere and world building, if nothing else. Depending on the game, you've got a lot more of a puzzle element, which are really intuitive and super smart, especially for their times with Penumbra, to the complete uneasiness of being hunted, which I believe will carry into this Amnesia game from The Dark Descent, as well as Soma, proving that Frictional Games can really handle the feeling of being solely isolated and completely alone. All of these aspects of these 3 different franchises come together to make what I believe could be the perfect smaller form Amnesia title that is more accessible to a modern audience. So with that being said, I am super excited for this game, and I'm really curious to see just how it will turn out, and honestly what the pricing will be. As of right now, we only have a couple of screenshots which I'll be showing throughout this video, as well as the announcement trailer, which is really all we have as far as footage, but more of the Steam page reads as this. Left all alone in the desolate World War I bunker with only 1 bullet remaining in the barrel, it's up to you to face the oppressing terrors in the dark. The Steam page goes on to a little bit more detail, saying that with rising tension you'll immerse yourself in the multiple ways of tackling survival. In the shoes of the French soldier Henri Clement, I believe is how you pronounce it, you are armed with a revolver gun, a noisy dynamo flashlight, and other scarce supplies to scavenge and craft along the way. And it seems like you may have a grenade or a few other objects like that as well. Interestingly enough here, it mentions, with randomization and unpredictable behavior, no playthrough is ever the same. And I'll get back to that in just a moment, but we're going to be hunted by an ever-present threat, reacting to your every move and sound. You must adapt your playstyle to face hell. Every decision will change the outcome of how the game responds, and actions bear consequences. Now, I'm not sure if there are multiple endings to the game or anything like that necessarily, but the idea of an ever-present threat reacting to your every move and sound reminds me so much of Alien Isolation, one of the best AIs ever in a game that's stalking you at all times, and much better than Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, but all the same, you get the idea, and I honestly feel like there may only be one enemy in this game. It does show as you use the grenade that you will be able to destroy these little rat guys. I'm not sure if they would actually attack you or if they would just inconvenience you by following you around and making sounds. And the way they talk about it, it seems like it could be a shorter experience, but with the fact that there is that randomization, it could be much more replayable than the other games. But all the same, you're going to need to escape the nightmare. You'll solve things your own way in this semi-open world, which is also super interesting and why I believe it's going to be kind of a non-linear, shorter experience. You must explore and experiment to make your way out. You're going to figure out what's going on down here, like what's happened to the other soldiers. Where have all the officers gone? And what diabolical nightmare lurks underneath this hellscape? Unravel the mysteries of the bunker and get to know the nooks and crannies of this cruel sandbox to up your odds of survival. And then to round out, it lists a few features on the Steam page, citing dynamic and ever-present monster that reacts to players' actions, as I already mentioned, as well as constant tension, and that time is not on your side, which in one of the GIFs that it shows, it actually does show a stopwatch. I'm not sure if that has any indicator to maybe you'll run out of oxygen and you only have so much time to get everything done and survive, but we'll have to wait and see. And then of course there's the tactile and physics-based interactions with the world that the series and the developer is pretty much known for. You know, dragging open the doors and the cupboards, as well as picking things up and having realistic or semi-realistic physics-based interactions. You'll also need to scavenge for resources and craft tools to aid your survival, which is honestly kind of new. The fact that there's a gun in this game and you may be able to find resources is really interesting. I'm curious to see what else there is, but probably some health pickups, as well as some combination of item type puzzles, which are featured in the previous games as well. Another interesting thing to note is that there are multiple solutions to problem solving in this non-linear world. I don't exactly know for sure what that means, but perhaps if you do one puzzle over the other one, then maybe it'll be easier to complete one over the other. I'm not sure what this means exactly, and it's hard to explain what I'm exactly saying right now, but the ability to tackle things out of order is really interesting and will go a long way in making the game feel fresh, especially in subsequent playthroughs. Something that I'm getting the vibe that they really want to do. But that's it for me, Falling Hurts, for this video and for this game. Subscribe if you want to see more. I definitely like this series, and something I've been toying around with for a while now is actually doing a Penumbra retrospective. Perhaps I'll even work through the Amnesia series and Soma as well. Stay tuned for that and also other videos like this and reviews of small, medium, and large games on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're excited for 2023 as much as I am, I'll hopefully see you again soon. Goodbye.